Hello, and welcome to today's Search Engine Journal webinar. Super excited that you've chosen today to spend with us. We've got some great pieces for you. So with me today, I've got Andre, Product Marketer at Ahrefs. Hey, Andre, welcome to your first SEJ webinar. Thanks for joining us today.
Hey, Heather. Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Well, we'll hear more from Andre here in a minute. We also have Michelle, community manager at Ahrefs, who is going to be helping answer some questions in the Q&A, so in the chat. So thank you, Michelle, for being here. And yeah, so we are here to talk about 10 successful ways to improve your SERP rankings. If you don't know me, I'm Heather. I'm going to be your moderator today. Let's go over some quick housekeeping, and then we're going to get to the good stuff. So first, if you have any technical difficulties, use the Q&A, let us know, use the chat. We've got Jonathan in the background to help answer some of those questions and help you if you do need it. We've got closed captioning. It's the little CC in the top right of your screen. Give that a click. And we are going to be taking questions at the end, so stay tuned for that. At the end of the presentation, at the end of the Q&A, we're going to send you to a quick survey. If you can take just a couple seconds to answer that for us, it lets us know how you enjoyed today's webinar and how we can make them more useful in the future. If you, like I said, we're going to be doing Q&As at the end. So if you do have questions for Andre and the Ahrefs team, leave those in the Q&A tab. If you see questions that you like, give it a little thumbs up. That will let us know that it's important to you all, and we'll do our best to try to front load those at the beginning of that section. So yeah, with that, stick around for the survey. Afterwards, I'll be back at the Q&A, but I'm going to get out of here. And Andre, it's all yours.
Okay, thanks, Heather. So let me just jump to the presentation. And once again, welcome, folks, to 10 quick wins to improve your rankings using Ahrefs. Now, a few words about me before moving forward. My name is Andre Zietz. I have an even harder name to pronounce than Ahrefs. I've been with the team for well over 2 years, and I have 7 years as a product marketer working at various SaaS companies. And for those of you who are interested, I'm from Romania, so if we have some Romanians there, I salute you. Now that we got this out of the way, I still want to mention that we have a bunch of polls. If you haven't voted them, take a few seconds to vote for them. This also helps us tailor better webinars for you in the future. So if you can pause for a few seconds, up in the upper right corner, you have a tab. It's called polls. Go there, and yeah, we want to know if you're an existing customers of ours, or you can also, and I should better say, you can also tell us how do you report on SEO results, what KPIs do you use, because this is tightly related to what I'm going to present you today. Okay, let's leave this out and get straight into the presentation. So, a dev, client, and SEO meetup in an office, in the backyard of a science institution, doesn't matter. At some point, the client whispers, do some SEO, point at which the dev and especially the SEO die internally. Now, while the client might not be aware of all the technical implications of SEO, what they really want to say is implement the SEO changes with the highest ROI in the shortest amount of time possible. And instead of optimizing for 800 meta descriptions and call it a day, here are 10 quick wins to improve your rankings using Ahrefs. And for convenience, I've actually grouped them under the 3 pillars of SEO. So we have content-related use cases, those revolving around link building, and we also have a short one about technical SEO. So with that being said, let's jump straight into this first use case, and that would be to update existing pages and even create new ones for low-hanging fruit keywords. Now, low-hanging fruit keywords are keywords for which your website doesn't rank in top 3, yet still get some monthly organic search visits on a consistent basis. So with a little bit of effort, you can bump them up 1 or 2 positions and benefit from that marginal increase in organic traffic. Now, to find such low-hanging fruit keywords, I'm going to head over to the Organic Keywords report under our Site Explorer tool, which shows all your organic keywords that your website ranks in top 100. And here I'm going to play a bit with a few filters. So I'm going to filter for keywords that are in position 4 to 15. Those are keywords that are on Google's second half of the first page and on Google's first half of second page. And I'm also going to look at those that have at least 500 search visits a month. So that would be a decent amount of traffic, in my opinion. And right away, we got 1,216 keywords that we could potentially have as candidates. So from here on, what's left is to actually check their SERPs manually for potential marginal gains. Now, let's take this example. At the time of creating this slide deck, we have here the SERP overview for the keyword affiliate marketing. And at the point of making this deck, we were ranking, Ahrefs was ranked on position number 7 with this article, which drove 15,000 search visits a month. Now, if we would improve it by just 4 positions, we would almost double our traffic. Pretty cool, right? Okay, let's move on to our next use case, and that is to find featured snippet opportunities. In fact, this is one of the quickest way to jump your way to position number 1 without doing too much on-page optimizations and link building. And here I'm going to play again with the organic keywords report under Site Explorer tool. Only this time I'm going to filter for keywords in positions 2 to 10. Now, the reason why I'm purposely excluding positions in number 1, keywords in position number 1, is because that's where feature snippets usually rank for. And the reason why I'm also choosing the top 10 is because in our study of 2 million pages, we found out that actually 99.58% of the top 10 pages are the ones who actually own a featured snippet. So that was more or less the first step. In the second step, I'm also going to choose SERP features where target doesn't rank. And right away, we got 7,500 keywords, which are potential candidates to win a featured snippet. Next, I'm also going to go to Google and look for multiple eligible featured snippets. So this is not necessarily quite known hack, but you could type in your keyword just like I did here, how to start affiliate marketing. And as you can see at the point of creating this slide, we, Ahrefs.com, own the featured snippet. But if you append a -domain.com, so in our case, -ahrefs.com at the end of the query, then you will exclude the current snippet and find the next eligible one, which apparently is from hostinger.com, a hosting website. So rinse and repeat this until you've covered most of the angles. Okay, the next use case is to update pages with declining traffic in the past 6 months. Now, it's not enough to update old pages, any old page in particular. You need to look at those with declining traffic, but also those underperforming due to content issues. And let's start with your money pages, aka the pages that bring the most organic traffic to your website. This is possible via the top pages report, which again shows you all the pages that bring the most organic traffic to your website. And for convenience, we also have a performance chart that's available under drop-down, so you can visually follow the growth of these organic pages and their organic traffic over time. Now, to find those declining pages, first, I'm going to set up a traffic value filter with the value decline. And next, I'm going to compare the current output of pages with the ones from 6 months ago. And voila, we have 638 pages with declining traffic that we could potentially optimize. Now, I don't have enough time on my hand, to be honest, to go through what I would do next. But in short, what you would need to do is check for pages where you don't rank high for the primary keyword. So I'm going to take affiliate marketing again. This is actually one of our cash cow keywords, so to say. And as you can see here, affiliate marketing, we lost 2 positions. So a loss from position number 5 to position number 7, actually led to a loss of 6,000 something organic search visits. So what I would do next, I would probably check the top positions and check whether or not I've covered some of the subtopics they have covered, but I haven't. Which brings me to the next use case, and that is to uncover content gaps between you and your top competitors. Now, I'm not sure how many of you use Ahrefs, but for those of you who are already familiar with our app, you're probably already familiar with the content gap tool. What I did here was basically to paste a bunch of our competitors in the top area, and I've pasted our target Ahrefs.com in the bottom area. And what this screenshot is telling us is, show me keywords where Moz.com, Yoast.com, and SERanking.com are ranking in the top 10, at least one of them, but Ahrefs.com is not ranking in top 100. And if I hit on show keywords, I'm going to find close to 2,000 keywords where Ahrefs.com doesn't rank for, like Google Tag Manager, Google Analytics 4. These are all potential keywords you can fill up your content strategy. But actually, this is all news. We've got something much important, better, faster, and stronger. Meet Content Gap 2.0, which is a beast in itself and enables a couple of use cases. So firstly, you'll have a heat map of all common keywords across 10 competitors. This is a really cool graph if you want to use it for SEO reporting when you report to a client or probably in-house. Second, you can see keywords where you rank in positions 11 to 20 and competitors rank in top 10. These are the so-called striking distance keywords that, again, with a little bit of effort, you can bump them up in the first 10 positions. You can also specify how many competitors must rank for a keyword, so you can narrow down your intersection of missed keyword opportunities. And you can also exclude SERP positions through the main position only filter. This could be image pack, feature snippets, you name it. Point is, this Content Gap 2.0 is available on all plans. So go ahead, and if you have an Ahrefs account, play with it. You'll find a bunch of use cases, even more than those that I've enlisted here. It's just a matter of mix and matching the filters as you go by. Okay, and we're down to our last content-related use case, and that is to update old pages with low traffic. Why bother with them? Because you might refresh them in the hopes of improving your rankings. And I'm going to demonstrate this using our Content Explorer, which is our content discovery tool. And what I've done here is I've searched for pages that have only been published once on our Ahrefs blog, and those that also have up to 50 organic search visits a month. Now, as a rule of thumb, you don't want to update pages that have been recently published. So I would look at those that have been published for more than 1 year. Hence, I have this 1 year versus 2 years filter. And there you have it. We have close to 1,000 pages that we could revisit and refresh in the hopes of updating our rankings. And that wraps up the content-related use cases. I'm moving on to the first link building related one, which is to redirect links from most linked to 404 pages. Now, if your website has broken pages with a ton of backlinks, broken backlinks, then you should aim to fix them because you're potentially losing link equity. To find such pages, go to the Best by Links filter. This report shows you the most linked to pages on your website. And what you need to do next is to apply a filter, an HTTP status code filter of 404 not found. This will surface all the broken pages that I was talking about. And if we analyze it for our own blog, we see that we have an article on competitive analysis that has 361 referring domains. So what we could do, we could potentially revive it in the hopes of regaining those links back, or we could potentially redirect this article to another closely related article like this one on 5 competitor analysis tools. We actually revived it a few months ago, so the traffic has been preserved. Okay, the next use case is to get internal linking suggestions. Now, internal linking is quite crucial for SEO because it helps Google discover new pages on your website. And on the other hand, it also helps divest some link equity from the high-performing pages to the least authoritative ones on your website. The problem is it's quite time-consuming. Not if you're using Site Audit in Ahrefs. And Site Audit has a really nice report. It's called Internal Link Opportunities. And what this report does is basically suggesting internal link opportunities for you on autopilot. So we do so by taking the top 10 ranking keywords on each of your crawled pages, and then we look for mentions of those keywords on your other crawled pages. So what this report should tell you is the page to link from, the keyword along with its keyword context, and the page to link to. And as far as I know, Ahrefs is the only major SEO tool that's capable of doing that. How cool is that? Again, internal linking on autopilot, more like suggestions, to be honest, but it still automates part of the internal linking process. apart from having it in a spreadsheet and manually collating it yourself. Let me just grab a sip of water. I hope I'm not going too fast, even though I think I did a bit. All right, the next use case is to uncover link gaps between you and your top competitors. Now, the goal here is to actually find competing websites that link to a specific, websites that link to competitors that don't necessarily link to you, so you can link back to them. And to find those websites, you're going to use the link intersect tool. This is quite similar to the content gap tool, but this time we're not looking at untapped keyword opportunities. We're looking at untapped linking opportunities. So what I did was to enter a few of our competitors in the top section. Yeah, we put searchenginejournal.com here. Even though not necessarily a competitor, we do compete on some topics. Then we pasted our own domain at the bottom. And if I hit show link opportunities, I would see close to 366,000 domains not linking to Ahrefs. Okay, too many if you ask me. And again, pretty cool feature, but old news because you guessed it, we have link intersect 2.0. So besides seeing the most common referring domains that do not link to your website, you'll also see the most common referring pages. Talk about targeted link building. Second, you can get the same advanced backlink filters that you're already used with if you're using our backlink reports. And by the way, we have 77 backlink related data points, so quite granular if you want to dig deeper. Third, you will see the same heat map of all common referring domains and pages across 10 competitors. Again, super useful if you're doing SEO reporting in-house or for a client and you want to demonstrate value quite quickly, or at least opportunities in this case. And number 4, we specify how many competitors must link to a page. Again, you can narrow down the intersection so you can get to more narrow results. This is available to all plans, just like Content Gap 2.0. And depending on the filters that you apply, you can arrive at multiple use cases, which are much more than what I've covered here. All right, the 9th use case is to find unlinked brand mentions. In fact, this is one of the lowest hanging fruits in SEO because the battle is more or less half won. The website or whoever is the admin for that website already knows about your brand. What they need is just a friendly nudge to link back to you. And I'm going to demonstrate this using Web Explorer. This is our latest content discovery tool, which allows you to scour our search engine, yep.com's 500 billion pages. Now, usually how this works is with operators, but to ease your job, you can actually type in your brand name in this example, which will autocomplete the use cases we have under the examples tab. So for this example, we have brand mentions of Ahrefs that do not link to their website. So we do this job for you. You don't need to think too much about it. And if I hit enter, you'll find close to 2 million groups of pages. Quite a big list, not so manageable to start your link building efforts or link building campaign. So what we recommend is to go on, click on the settings button, and filter down, narrow down your list to a more manageable one. All right, then we're down to our last use case, and that is to find critical SEO issues. And in fact, we have our site audit tool, our website audit tool that scans for 170 technical and on-page SEO issues. This is essentially what the tool is all about. Once the crawl is over, you can access all the issues under the All Issues tab here, and you will see which one to prioritize and fix first. Now, of course, if you run subsequent crawls, you can also check for changes in crawled issues. So suppose you, I don't know, fixed a bunch of issues, you should expect the numbers to go down. Or if you released a new branch and you didn't properly test it for SEO errors or errors in general, you might expect the numbers to go up. From here, you can go 2 ways. You can actually go broad, click on one of the issues and see all the pages affected by it, then export it so you can send it to your developers and they can fix it. Or you can go granular and click on one of the pages, which will open the URL details panel. And there's an issues tab here, if you probably see it, which will show you all the issues found on that particular page. Why? Because you can actually fix all those issues at once. And by the way, this is a URL details panel, probably one of the most detailed ones and advanced ones in the SEO industry, because it has all sorts of information about your page. So we have all your inlinks, href links, structured data, any kind of information about the page is stored here. The cool thing about it is that you can actually compare the HTML code and text changes in between crawls. This is useful in both ways and for two, let's say, audiences. So if you're a technical SEO or just want to fix issues, this helps you pinpoint them with more accuracy. But if you're a marketer just like myself, you might look at the copy of a landing page and see how it changed over time. This is also going to come separately in a separate tool, standalone tool, but I'm not going to talk about it too much. All right, that's a wrap. So I hope now it's more clear what kind of optimizations you should make to improve your rankings, other than just sitting at the computer and optimizing for 800 descriptions and call it a day. But who am I kidding? We've actually made all those use cases available under a new report, which is called the Opportunities Report, which is available on all plans. So all you need to do is click on one of those use cases, which are similar to what I've shown so far, and you will have all the predefined filters that I've talked about applied for you, so you can show your client, you can win their trust instantly and focus on those tasks that are high priority and high impact at the same time. Now, while I would like to go into the Q&A session, and I will go there eventually, I would also want to cover a bunch of newly related features, newly launched features that will actually help you with your SEO tasks. So we will help you automate your SEO tasks, and it will also help you with SEO reporting in general, whether it's in-house or client-related. We cover them both. So see them more as use cases 11 through 14, and after that, I'm going to cover the Q&A part. Okay, so without further ado, the first one is portfolios. And portfolios allows you to group a bunch of URLs from up to 10 different domains and view their aggregated metrics using one of Site Explorer's reports. So in this case, we have Ahrefs and its competitors. There are 10 different domains, and you can view all their aggregated metrics, as I said, using one of the Site Explorer reports. Now, this makes it quite useful for both in-house and client reporting, and depending on how many or what kind of URLs you're grouping, this opens up a few venues. So you can monitor your competitors. I'm talking about their top performing pages, what kind of ads they're running and for how long, the organic keywords, you name it. You can also monitor your content writers. So if you're an agency or if you're a SaaS and you have your own content team, you can create author-specific portfolios, compare them side to side, and see who's performing better, who's attracting the most backlinks, most traffic, and so on. So in this example, Josh, who's our content lead, has written 147 blog posts, and together they bring close to 250,000 organic search visits. Congrats, Josh, on this occasion, but I'm pretty sure you're not here. Anyway, you can also monitor your published content on your own website or on your client's website. This makes it quite easy to demonstrate positive ROI and show them, look, I've generated X amount of traffic from your total website. Now, although we do not have a client, we've grouped for this example all our free tools together. We have 14, in fact, but we've just grouped 11. And they bring close to 1 million search visits. That's almost a third of our organic traffic that comes to ahrefs.com. So as you can see, it's quite versatile, probably one of the most versatile tools we have so far. And you can use it for various reporting purposes. Okay, next one is the best links filter. And let's face it, link building, not for the faint-hearted, to be honest, quite noisy, and most people would probably compare it with finding the proverbial needle in the haystack. So what we thought is, okay, let's release a best links filter, which helps you filter out that backlink noise. You can actually configure this filter, so you can filter for backlinks that have a do follow status and are found in content, coming from websites with a referring domain of a minimum DR of 50, at least 500 search visits a month. You can also exclude up to 10,000 domains from your search if you find them spammy, or I don't know, if you just don't want them to be in your search. Works more or less like a small disavow feature, and other referring page attributes. And the cool part about it is that this filter can be applied on all backlink related reports and also charts that include backlinks. So in our case here, I've accessed the performance chart under the overview report, and I've applied the best links filter. And now I can see only backlinks that are actually moving the needle for ahrefs.com/blog, and not spammy or unrelated ones that are just fluff. That was the best links filter. The next one is keyword clustering. And to be honest, we had this feature for a long time, but this time we redesigned the interface to make it more visual and actionable at the same time. So what differentiates us, Ahrefs, versus the other companies is actually speed. So you can just type in a keyword, like I did in this case, marketing. I then expanded it through the matching terms report to generate a bunch of keyword ideas, 2 million something. And instantly, our keyword clustering has clustered all those keywords without having to add them in bulk, set parameters, wait, pay extra like most SEO tools do. And we have two types of clustering. We have cluster by parent topic, where parent topic would be the query that sends the most organic traffic to the top ranking page. The larger the search volume, the larger the rectangle in this case. And we also have clustering by terms. So these are related terms, not necessarily clustering by SERP similarity. So in case you run an affiliate business and you want to look for more specific keywords, and this would be the way to go. And last but not least, I want to introduce you to the link graph under the site audit tool. Whenever you're going to open a page and go to the hreflangs tab, you'll now see a link graph of all of its hreflangs clusters. So this will make it easier to find any kind of misplaced links, those marked in red, or any kind of hreflang attributes that are missing or are probably incorrect. There's also a table down below, but it didn't fit in the presentation. Okay, thank you for your time. You can find me on Twitter at Andres Marcel. This time I'm quite over, so there's no more surprise at the end. And we can move on into the Q&A session with Heather.
Perfect. Hey, Andre. All right. Thank you. We definitely have some good questions. I know Michelle answered some of them. So I'm actually going to take that down. There we go. All right. So we did get 11 votes on this, and I just want to make sure that everybody sees the answer. So Andre, do you want to touch on this? How can we get target visibility in the upcoming SGE snippets?
That's a good question, which probably no one can answer in this moment. It probably has to do more or less with entities and how Google will define entities. But I do not have a definite reply on it. I'm more or less a product marketer. I don't identify necessarily as an SEO, although I do have SEO knowledge. But it's something that not so many people are well aware of right now. But I do know that it will revolve around entities and how those entities are semantically perceived by the SGE experience overall. So I wish I could give you more answers, but I do not have at the moment.
Yeah, and that's basically what Michelle said. I just want to make sure that everybody got that answer and knows that we don't have the answers yet either, right? So, all right. Leah asks, what is the minimum monthly search you would say qualifies as low-hanging fruit for keywords?
I would say this depends mostly on your industry. So I don't know, if you run a backpacking or mountain gear website, maybe 500 or 1,000 search visits, it's something that qualifies as a low-hanging fruit keyword with enough traffic, but keyword difficulty would need to be taken into account. So you would look at something up to 10 or 20. But if you have a really competitive niche, like let's say dieting or losing weight, then probably all the keywords with up to 20 keyword difficulty have already been covered. So you need to bump it up to 30, 40 to see if you can find more approachable ones. So it depends mostly on how popular or competitive your industry is.
Perfect. Question from Jawad. Is using structured data markup beneficial for SERP rankings?
Absolutely. Probably this is the entities. This covers also partially the first question. This is how you probably will mark entities, so they are available in the SGE experience. And they also help you rank for recipes, reviews, anything that goes into the structured data. And by the way, with Ahrefs, we do check against schema.org guidelines and also 190 Google requirements. So you can make sure you can check a page under site audit once it's been crawled and see if it meets the schema.org and Google requirements.
And here's a question from Alicia. And I know we talked about this, so if you do want to pop into the app at all, Andre. But Alicia asks, how can I best measure demand for a keyword if demand has dropped or if it's increased?
Sure, I can show you this in Ahrefs, actually. Let me just share my screen.
You should be able to take that over.
So I'm Keywords Explorer. This is our keyword research tool. Let's say I go with marketing, and you have the keyword difficulty, which basically shows how hard it is to rank for a keyword based on the backlinks that go to the top 10 results. And we have a historical graph here, so you can follow in real time how did this score evolve over time. So quite difficult overall. We also give you an estimated, although I would take with a grain of salt. So you need probably around 500 referring domains to rank in top 10. Too much, if I would say, in my honest opinion. But to answer your question, this is a historical graph, the keyword difficulty one. And I would probably look at other things. So this is just like a top level keyword metric. I would probably also scroll down to see the SERP for marketing and see what kind of websites rank, what's their domain rating. So if I'm playing in the same league with them, if my website is close to theirs, what potential traffic can I gain from those topics if I rank in the top 10, and what kind of top keyword is attracting that. So this is more in-depth analysis that can go further. You can also analyze the search intent. We have here a button, it's called Identify Intents. Rather than bucketing them into transactional, informational, blah, 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 we actually let AI do the work for you. And you can see here, okay, understanding marketing concept. This is one search angle. Another one is academic resources on marketing. And you can actually see beneath it the estimated traffic share and target multiple search intents with the purpose of ranking for multiple search intents at the same time. So to answer your question, you have the keyword difficulty chart, follow it over time, but also be sure to analyze the SERPs manually and check the angle, check if you're playing in the same league, domain rating wise, sorry, and what kind of keywords you could potentially cover to arrive in the top 10. I hope this answers your question.
I think that was a good explanation.
Show me your credit usage. Okay, my credit usage is actually quite high because I'm one who tests a lot, but it shouldn't go more than 1,000 in my case because I test a lot. So if that was your question, I think.
Let's take this one. Does Ahrefs have a tool that advises on schema markup that could potentially help?
Let me show you. So for this, I'm going to head over to Site Audit, which is our website auditing tool. I'm going to go to ahrefs.com and check our last audit. And I'm going to go to Page Explorer. This sums up all the pages that have been crawled. And let's go for ahrefs.com. Here, you have the Structured Data tab. I hope you can see it. And if you can click on it, you'll see the schema.org guidelines and the Google Rich Results guidelines. There are no issues, but let's say I want to go on one page which has issues. So I'm going to search for schema. Okay, don't we have any? Okay, cool. We don't have any. Let me try with Ahrefs blog. Probably we have some there. I hope we do because I want to showcase it to you. Okay, all issues, schema.org. Yeah, structured data has schema.org validation error. Apparently, we have some issues here. We have 1,342 pages with issues. This is a Spanish version of our blog. So if I click on it and go to structured data, you'll see here all issues, but I can go for schema or Google Reach Results. That's up to you. So schema-wise, we have some issues: author, value of unexpected type for author. Here are the expected times you should expect, organization and person. Interaction count, you have, again, the errors here. Those that appear in red are errors. They need to be fixed ASAP. Those that are in yellow are more or less warnings. They need to be fixed after you finish the ones in red. And if you have everything clear, you should have a no issues badge like you see here. Is this clear enough? Okay, thank you, Catherine.
All right, let's see. Let's get back to, so any tips for optimizing e-commerce products that might not be showing up in the SERP?
This is quite context-based. I would need more information. Why is it not showing up in the SERPs? Probably, I don't think you've de-indexed it or you forgot the no index tag by mistake. But do check that. If that happens, it's a beginner mistake, but who knows? Other than that, I would probably go with what I've shown you before. So after you've crawled your pages, you go to the Page Explorer report. This encompasses all the crawled pages in the last crawl. You open the page in itself. So this would be your e-commerce listing. And you would see here what kind of issues you have under the Issues tab. Now, of course, these are quite light ones. We have SERP titles has changed because Google changes them, or the page is slow, you can fix that. But if you would have an indexability issue, you could check it here. Otherwise, we also have indexability report in the left menu. So this shows you the distribution of pages that are indexed and those that are not indexed. And you can view the non-indexed one. Just click on them and you'll see why they are not indexed. But again, quite nuanced question. I will need to know more context. Otherwise, manually check a crawled page, check the issues tab, and see what kind of indexability issues or any other issues show up there in that section.
Okay, great, Andre. Okay, Tyler has a really important question. I know it's like GIF or GIF, but I know the answer, Andre, but you want to tell him?
It's Ahrefs, so first version. We actually have a video about that. I'm not sure, probably Michelle can link up to it. Somebody.
I'm actually pretty sure I watched that when I first started at SEJ because I was very curious about the same thing. And I was like, I need to know. And you go to the brand when you need to have those questions, right?
Yeah, it's Ahrefs. So definitely pronounce the letter first.
All right. Question for Patrina. Working in a niche area with low traffic, any recommendations on where to focus SEO-wise? I know this is very broad in general, but anywhere to start?
The presentation was mostly about this, 10 quick wins to go so you can have the highest impact. And as I said, let's go back to Ahrefs. Right now, I'm on ahrefs.com. And if I go for opportunities, you'll have all those 10 use cases here. Now, to be frank, you can check those 10 use cases in any other tool. We just made it convenient for you to have them all inside the report. And I don't know, if you want to win a featured snippet, you just click on that and the filters will be applied. And you have, 6,000 keywords for which you can win a potential featured snippet. Not easy enough. I don't know, maybe go implement redirects for your most broken link to pages. Click on it and you'll find those pages where you have a lot of referring domains, so you can revive them or you can redirect the traffic to a similar page. So that was the presentation mostly about. One thing about it, to be honest, let's say you're in the keyword research process. I'm not sure what kind of niche you have. Let's say you have bonsai trays. Okay, bonsai tray. Maybe not the best keyword. Let me check another one. Let's go for backpacks. That's easy. And I would go for the matching terms report so I can expand my list of keyword ideas. And from one keyword, I got 40,000 keywords. And if I want to find low-hanging fruit keywords, for example, I can go here and click on the lowest DR filter. And this is basically telling me, find me keywords where I have a website that ranks in the top 5 or top 10. That's up to you. That comes from a website with a DR of up to, let's say, 30. So what I want to see is a website that's small niche, playing in the same field like myself, has already penetrated the top 5 results. So I have here best backpacks for college. If I click on the SERP drop down, then you will see that we have, wait here, on position number 5, best backpacks for college girls touchy style. We have on position number 5 an article ranking from a website that has a DR, of 25, so up to 30. And you can just go ahead, open it in a new tab, and study the structure, what kind of keywords have been covered, the angles, the headings, and you probably can mimic and create something similar. So what we're showing you here, somebody else already penetrated the SERPs, you can too, but it doesn't mean that if somebody didn't penetrate them so far, you cannot do that on yourself. This is just a quick hack in case you want to find low-hanging keyword opportunities in super competitive areas, super competitive topics.
That's great. That just answered a question from somebody else, which was talking about how to create content for difficult keywords. So I think you touched on that too. All right. Let's see. There's a lot of good questions here. Pretty technical question, but let's see. Should the not found page respond with a 410 rather than a 404? Andrea, you said you weren't an SEO, but do you know this answer?
Not so well versed on 400 status codes. I do think we have already a what's called article on it. I'm pretty sure 4010 is 4010 no longer available and requested address, while 404 cannot be shown for non-existing or mistyped URLs. Wouldn't be able to give you my hard answer on it, but I can recommend you to get in touch with Patrick Stocks. He's our technical SEO. I think he's number 1 on this world, so you can add him at Patrick Stocks on Twitter, and he's gonna give you all the necessary information and why should you do a 404 or a 410.
Perfect. And it actually looks like Michelle may have been dropping the resource or something in there as well.
Yeah, Michelle, can you drop Patrick's Twitter at, please?
What about, all right, so let's see. Andrea, I think we've gotten through most of the questions, actually.
Okay.
So.
I see some are answered by Michelle. Thank you, Michelle, for doing such a great job. If you have any more questions, go ahead, ask me any kind of questions. I can demonstrate them live using our app, but please provide some context, because in some cases I'm not aware of what kind of business you have, what you've done so far, so it might be hard to actually give advice.
Yeah, and we get a lot of those questions at each of our webinars, and we'll send them off to you. You'll get them, Andre, afterwards. But for everybody who is out there and joined us today, check the handouts tab before you take off. There are a couple links there for Ahrefs free webmaster tools and a course on how to use Ahrefs, so make sure you check those out. All of those resources will be included in your email that you're going to receive later today with the slides and this recording. And with that, Andre, I'm going to close this out, but tell the people where to find you.
Yeah, you can find me at Andres Marcel on Twitter or Andrei Tzitz on LinkedIn, which is quite hard to spell, so probably just find me under Andrei Tit. I know, funny name, even harder to pronounce than Ahrefs. But yeah, thank you a lot for taking part in this webinar. If you don't have an account with us, you can sign up at our free version. That's AWT, Ahrefs Webmaster Tools. It's more or less the search console that supplements Google Search Console, where they drop the ball. And it's quite free because you can use it for your own verified websites to monitor your traffic performance and also do site audits. So for anybody who has schema.org related issues, you can sign up for a AWT free account. And the other resource I want to direct you to is how to use Ahrefs course. Michelle can drop you a link in the comment section. This is more or less the sweet and short version of what I've presented so far. We go over each report in a short video up to 3 minutes and explain the basics. And we also have a certification. So that's coming soon, 2-3 months. So if you want to get certified in Ahrefs and improve your credentials, maybe get hired or just show that you are advanced or knowledgeable in Ahrefs, definitely take that course. It's work in progress for us, the certification, I mean, but so far you can still go through the videos.
Awesome. Yeah, Langley says that looking for more basic training. So Michelle shared that link. So yeah, we'll make sure that those are in the follow-up email. And Andre, thank you so much for being here, for sharing your knowledge. We'd love to have you back again. And yeah, for everybody else, we'll see you on the next Search Engine Journal webinar. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. Bye, Andre.
Bye-bye.